The cycle of violence theory. Domestic violence. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence is abuse committed against the person by someone in the family. People who commit domestic violence are trying to control the person being abused. Domestic violence is a common problem that may affect more than a quarter of women. Domestic violence, however, not just fighting, hitting, or occasion of argument. It is more than this. Domestic violence always involves physical violence, but it frequently also includes emotional abuse, sexual abuse, economic abuse, and spiritual abuse. This abuse is difficult to detect because they don't leave marks, bruises, or broken bone, and because they may be dismissed or downplayed by both of the victim and the abuser as well as those around them. So now let's jump into more details. Based on Women's AIDS Organization, the number of domestic violence cases in Malaysia is increasing by every year since 2000 until 2018. This is proof of how bad this issue is in Malaysia. How does domestic violence occurs? Domestic violence occurs from the cycle of violence theory that was developed in 1979 by Dr. Lenore Walker. Dr. Lenore Walker is an American psychologist who founded the Domestic Violence Institute. The cycle of violence theory is associated with domestic violence and break into three stages: the tension building phase, the acute explosion phase, and the honeymoon phase. The tension building phase involves negative remarks to the victim, hypercritical statements, shouting, excessive moodiness, potential alcohol or drugs, and the loss of affection in terms of the actions of the aggressor. Because of the threatened by the aggressor, the victim turn into silent and will start to avoiding family and friends. The next stage is acute explosion phase. This is when there is a serious act of aggression, including physical and/or sexual assault and threats of harm, as well as verbal violence. It is in this phase that injury is most likely to happen. The loss of property may also be expected during this process. It is a really typical action by the aggressor during this process. And the last one is honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase in the cycle of violence is the calm stage of the relationship, that which may appear to be the most normal. During this stage, everything seems peaceful, and the relationship seems to be going well. He also may be apologetic and promise to never act abusively again. He may make other promises regarding his behavior to win back the victim's trust and affection. Do you know the cycle of violence can be repeated again? It can recur if the victim does not take action against the perpetrator. This is why the cycle of violence is happening again. Do you know how to stop it from happening again? You can refer to a non-governmental organization such as Women's Aid Organization or All Women's Action Society for a better solution. If you think it can help your relationship, you can take him to see a psychologist to treat this behavioral and emotional problem. You can also talk to people you are close to so that they can give you advice or guidance on the situation you have. But if you feel like things have been getting worse, you can continue to speak with the authorities to take more action. Hopefully, this video will give you more information about the cycle of violence theory and avoid this cycle from occurring again.